Welcome to OMG Talk Show for small business owners, workaholics, and whiz-bang entrepreneurs. Here's your hosts, Paul and Sarah Finkelstein.
Hi there, I'm Paul Finkelstein. You'll have me for today for the Small Business Podcast, Entrepreneur, Whiz-Bang Entrepreneur, Workaholic Professionals. It's a tongue twister to get some of that out, but not a problem for you today. Today's topic is, where do you meet friends these days? Is it alignable? Is it Facebook? Is it at a bar? Is it in a park? Is it at a business networking event? Do you volunteer at a nonprofit? Do you just keep in touch with the same old friends from years ago? Is it by word of mouth? And is it easy to make friends in your neighborhood or where you are or in your community? I'm just curious. And if you're looking for business friends, sports friends, volunteer, all kinds of friends, and you're in the South Palm Beach County area or Delray Beach, between West Palm Beach, Treasure Coast, and Broward, right in the middle, a little city called Delray Beach. Not so little, good size, comfortable, over 60,000 for sure. The Florida Turnpike has an exit called Atlantic Avenue, and 995 has an exit called Atlantic Avenue. Halfway in the middle there's a place that we gather small business owners, workaholic professionals, and what we do there is we network. And if you've never gone to a networking event before, here's a little bit of the format that's similar to most of them. If you've been to a BNI, a LATIP, a NPI, a SPI, a Chamber Leads group, all these groups, there's other groups out there that are free also, from Miami all the way up the entire coast, up to Maine, and all the way across the country to California and back again. There's small business owners that are networking out there. Here's our format for our meeting for 1 hour. And I'm just curious if you find it easy to meet friends wherever you are. Of course, you got to find friends that have some rapport, some like-minded interests, perhaps, maybe similar mindset. Otherwise, there's really not much to talk about, right? You have that friend before that you didn't have much in common, so the friendship didn't last too much, did it? Here's a little formula that I used to meet one of my friends, lifelong friend, actually, my wife. How did I do that? Now, that's dating. That's a little bit different, or is it, from small business networking? I think it's the same, and I'll prove it to you. I used what Paul decided on was called, and I'm Paul Finkelstein of OMGTalk.com. I decided to use 3-method formula. Made it up. You might Google 3-method. You'll get a ton of other things. You might get nothing. You might get me. The 3-method, I did a little video like this as well, 4. And that 3-method, I call Paul's 3-method formula or recipe for getting a date. And if you're having trouble getting a date or networking for small business owners and looking for clients and customers, etc., here's a little formula. And if you ever not want to have that D on your forehead, and D is not a letter in a grade. A D is not a dream. It is a dream, but D is desperate. You don't want to have that D on your forehead. You don't want to have desperate on your forehead. And how do you not have desperate on your formula? Is by using the 3-method. And the 3-method is simply this: number 1, 2, and 3. Here it is. The 3-method is either everybody you meet is a resource. So if they're a resource, you don't have to have desperate on your head. They don't have to be a client if they're a resource. Second, a friend. So they're a resource or a friend. And then the last thing, they're a customer or client. So if they're a resource, a friend, a customer, or client, those 3 things, and you're never desperate, lay that groundwork every time you meet somebody. And the 3-method may help you find the spouse of your dreams, may help you find the customer of your dreams, may help you find the resource of your dreams, may help you find the friend of your dreams as well. But how do you have clarity to make sure you do all that right? I would suggest every day you take your vitamin BK. What's vitamin BK? Well, for all of my supplement health providers out there, like vitamins and Young Essentials and Juice Plus, Neutralites, any vitamins, GNCs, all those vitamins. This vitamin is the kind of vitamin you get in your head and the kind of vitamin you don't take by a pill. My grandmother is a big proponent of vitamins, but this particular vitamin is the kind where you take for your brain. How do you motivate yourself every day? How do you get yourself up every day? How do you stay focused every day? And one of the ways to do that, well, is listening to motivational speakers. But listening to motivational speakers is like listening on Audible. And you're in your car on Bluetooth. That's great and dandy. It's wonderful. But it wears off like deodorant, like soap. What'll keep it in there longer? What'll keep your attitude longer so you can do the 3 method easier is the vitamin BK. Vitamin BK is BOOK, book. If you've never watched this before and you just saw my title in the previous video I did yesterday that was vitamin BK, and you might have thought, hey, why are you taking more of these supplements, Paul? Why are you taking more of these pills, Paul? But this is vitamin BK, BOOK. This will help you keep clarity to do the 3 method. So you could have either a friend, a resource, or a client and never have the desperate on your head when you're in business, or a friend even, or a resource. This book here, I highly recommend. This book here is 481 pages. The font is really, really large. I love the font in this book. But the same book is 233 pages. It's written in 1960. This book was from 1937. This is a new edition, but it's from 1937 and 481 pages. I would suggest you do 1 page every single day for 21 days. That's how long it takes to develop a habit. Ask the experts. It's true. But more importantly, if you still want to go on past 21 days and you don't have time and you hate reading, I would suggest you just keep reading 1 page a day for 481 days, more than a year. What happens if you did that? How would your attitude be if you read this book, Think and Grow Rich by Dr. Napoleon Hill? So, to stay focused, to have an attitude where nobody can shake your tree, a positive attitude where nobody can shake your tree. If you're the kind of person that finds yourself in a car, staring at your windshield, in traffic, getting annoyed at the people in front of you because they're moving too slow, and maybe having a touch of road rage, I suggest you read this book, Think and Grow Rich by Dr. Napoleon Hill. I also suggest you read this book if you want some clarity on having an attitude where nothing can shake your tree. I would suggest if you're looking for friends, that you have an attitude where nothing can shake your tree, and read this book, The Magic, that's another great book, but Think and Grow Rich by Dr. Napoleon Hill. So how to make friends? I mean, some people do it in bars, some people do it in Facebook, some people do it, in-person meetings. Combination of both, of course. Nothing's a be-all, end-all, right? But I highly recommend you get your vitamin BK in. Vitamin BK. Now, I'm actually breaking my rules for doing my public speaking and using props. Props is a technical, advanced technique when you hold up a prop. But if you hold up the prop and you're waving it all around like this, it can be distracting, right? I'm probably distracting somebody out there. But I know I got listeners out there. Now, if you would like to meet a friend or learn about different topics by various small business owners in South Palm Beach County, in Delray Beach, you're welcome to attend our group. We have about 40 people, 8 to 10 people come religiously, like we're a family. At omgtalk.com, you can find more information about that. Everybody, it's a 3-part meeting, so everybody talks for 1 to 2 minutes about their business. So if 4 people come, you talk for about 2 minutes. We have a little Q&A, a little discussion. We make it valuable so we can learn about various different businesses. And if you don't just come once and you come regularly, like more than 3 times, where you start to get to know other local community people, community small businesses, friends, if you will, people who start to like you. So coming in person could have that kind of power. And then when they start to like you, you start to know them. And when you start to get to know them, you might start to trust them. Sometimes it takes longer. That's okay. If you have a book like this, you have an attitude that nothing could shake your tree, and you have a great positive attitude, that's all that counts. And also, Paul's 3 method. Who here remembers what Paul's 3 method was? I said it at the beginning of this live podcast. And the 3 method again, I'll restate it again, and I'll even send that a link again when to my audience on Alignable, as well as Facebook. We're on LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube, so you can catch this replay again. But the 3 method, if you're having trouble in dating or small business, when you're on your one-on-ones, especially doing one-on-ones and on dates, the 3 method is a recipe. So you never have desperate on your forehead. When you have desperate on your forehead, it shows. So number 1, to not be desperate. Everybody you meet could either be a resource. Everybody you meet could either be a friend. And then the ultimate, everybody you meet could possibly be a customer or client if you have a small business. If you're a future entrepreneur and you're looking for a small business, we got to chat too. Anyway, I'm Paul Finkelstein. This is the OMG Talk Show for workaholic professionals, whiz-bang entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, and small business owners. If you'd like to meet and get educated about certain local small business owners in the community and hear what they talk about for 1 or 2 minutes, and our guest speaker for the week for 10 minutes, and if you want to inquire about being a guest speaker, or if you're not local and you want to be a live stream guest speaker, you're welcome to do that too. All the contact information for me is halfway down next to the Calendly, email, phone number, etc. at omgtalk.com. Thanks so much for being here. Have a fantastic Friday, TJF, or whatever you call it, whether you believe in TJF or not. Hey, it's just another week. So have a fantastic weekend. Ciao for now, everybody. And listen to this message from Tony. He's got something important to say.
You've been listening to the OMG Online Meet and Greet Talk Show. Just for listening, grab 28 grand prizes at omgtalk.com or onlinemeetandgreet.com.